Whoa! Look at that. I ended up just twisting it right off of the tube. So, why the hell is there carpet outside? I saw this valve here. I was like, what's that? This was all the way shut. I just opened it. Morning, guys. We're kicking off this Monday with a boiler call at a property management company, and I remember this property actually. I'm really not too excited to go to it. We had to deal with frozen pipes there throughout the winter. The maintenance people are interesting. They don't really think about this type of stuff. But anyways, it says that one unit is a heating, so I imagine we'll probably just start off with the zone valve and go from there. I know I haven't taken you guys on too many boiler calls, so when the opportunity arises, I wanted to take you guys along with me. Do you remember this boiler? I think it's from the late 60s, early 70s. It's definitely original to the building, so it's going to be an interesting one. Dark. I think there's a light in here somewhere if I remember correctly. Yep. That's better. I was here a few months ago. Recommended working on this pump, but they declined that. It's leaking. For this call, looks like unit 4 is not heating. So let's find unit 4. 4 for the return. Amazon valve 4. There we go. Actually, that one is a pop top. That's cool. Let's see if it's calling for heat there or not. Gonna have to find something to stand on. This will do. I'm a pretty small and light guy. And looks like it is calling for heat because the tab here is nice and loose. When it's not calling for heat, typically it's really stiff and you gotta manually open it. But I don't think it's a bad valve or anything. So I'm noticing that these pipes are pretty chilled to the touch, not warm at all. It might just be a coincidence that one unit called this in. Of course, it's pretty mild temperature out there, but I don't think the boiler itself is working. We get to tearing into this old guy. Ugh, this thing is old. Oh, man. Well, I don't think we have a pilot. That might be a part of the problem. Let's turn off the power. Pump is getting annoying. So we're gonna switch that over to pilot. Alright, here are the gas. I'm gonna go grab my lighter, because I don't think this one has a spark button anywhere. Let's just hold that for fun, just to see if it'll stay lit. And sure enough, it did stay lit. I'm just gonna get this front cover back on. We'll test run it and to see if it'll start heating. If that's the case, I'm actually gonna shut it back off. We're gonna clean all the burners, clean out the pilot and everything, because this will likely happen again. I don't think this thing has gone maintenance in a very long time. Actually, see this on here back in 2022. Got a new thermocouple. I guess since 2022, this thing has not gotten much attention. Will it help if I turn this to Whoa! God damn. Gets me every time. Alright, before that gets too hot, let's shut it down and clean everything out. Didn't have as much crap in it as I thought it would. We'll still vacuum these out. So these ones are a little strange. I haven't ran into them where you gotta like pull back, turn it, and then they come out. Usually when I see these big ones, they just come right in out. First time I've seen that style. And just twist, twist, twist. There we go. That way we can really get everything out. And let's get the pilot tube out as well, so we don't kink that. Oh God. This is great access. Oh, look at that. I ended up just twisting it right off of the tube. That tube was extremely brittle. It's good that we checked that. Let's replace that tube because that ain't right. Well, I have plenty of tubing, but I don't have any fittings. So we're gonna have to go get some fittings now. All right, We got the sack, we got the package. Well, at least this one came off without twisting. Cut those zip ties off. We're just gonna put a new tube on. Okay. Straightening this out so that we can get a good length for the new tube. And we gotta cut this tip off because that would definitely cause an obstruction. Looks good to me. Just threading away, one end at a time. Got all the burners clean, got the pilot clean. And we just gotta get this new tube in. And this 70s boiler should last, I don't know, maybe another day, maybe another year, maybe another 10 years. Who knows? These things were built different back then. The only downside is that they don't have really much of any safety switches. So it could be deadly, but I looked at the heat exchanger up in there and it looked good for its age. It's not leaking anywhere, so that's a good sign. Okay, let's get the other end in. Should be good. Let's get this last burner back on properly. Hook the thermocouple back up to the gas valve and see how she runs after that. You know it's not a good Monday when your flashlight is already dying on your first call. That's good. We're gonna have to relight the pilot now. Get the guard back on so that the flames don't go all crazy like last time. Let's hold that for 30 seconds or so. Oh, it's gonna white check and it's leaking. It's not leaking gas anymore. So that's good. Now let's put that plate back on. We'll fire it up. Alright. See what happens. There she goes. Let's run it for a little while. Make sure that this actually starts heating and that the return starts coming back somewhat warm, and should be good to go. At least it has some type of ventilation. I don't know where that goes to. Yeah, this place was a total cluster. We were having zoning issues at first. As you can see, they're labeled, but I crossed most of them out because they were actually labeled incorrectly. So this unit was installed in the 70s, original to the building. And then someone at some point got it all screwed up. This is all abandoned now. We ended up finding a pipe that was frozen last time, and all this used to be chicken wire, and they would just get the heat from the basement to heat these areas. But a new company bought this area out and decided to put the boards up with doors, and this room was freezing. And this is the area where we found a frozen pipe. They did not think about insulation or heating that room whatsoever because we got the baseboards right there, but nothing in there. So we told them to keep the door open, which it looks like they did. That means that the other ones had to be open too. I don't think that they're understanding what we're trying to tell them. Oh, it's heating up. All right, everything is heating up. Should be good to go. Not that they need the heat much longer, hopefully. Again, I probably could have just relit the pilot and walked away, but I always say that there's a reason I went out in the first place. It's likely starting to get plugged up or dirty, especially with the unit in this kind of condition. It definitely needs love. So yeah, I ended up breaking the tube, but it was gonna break either way. Yeah, we got a new tube on there. That way it's more serviceable in the future for the next guy. So it's best we can do. Let me know what the oldest boiler that you guys have ran into. Alright, this basement is all sorts of messed up. So the tenant is like in a basement unit, I guess. His whole apartment is heating except for the master bedroom radiator. He said it's been that way for a couple of days. So I just talked to him and I was like, where is your thermostat? Apparently, it's in the basement. This is kind of like the general area, and it's over here. I've never seen that before. Maybe because the apartment is linked to the basement zone, since the apartment was likely added on later. Why does the thermostat need to be here? You know, that doesn't make any sense. But there are 2 boilers here, and then on this lovely door, zone valves, and I believe it's one of these, and of course none of these are labeled. Like that one says front basement, but that's about it. So I just turned off the thermostat and now this is closed, so I think it might be that one. Sometimes you just gotta narrow it down, turning things off and on. And then let's turn it back up, just all the way. See if that zone valve opens. And yep, it's open. So we know that that thermostat controls this zone valve. So that's step 1. All right, this pipe is pretty hot. This one is lukewarm. So why is that? The valve itself could be bad. Start digging in. All right, grab my tools and grab the bucket with the hose so that we can bleed it out, see if there's any air. Also, why the hell is there carpet outside? I don't get it, man. I'm gonna put my clamp up here to kind of keep an eye on the temperature as I go. Alright, got the boilers turned off. It's right around 12, 13 psi on both of them. Like we got a reducing valve there. That looks newer, so I should be able to trust that, right? This valve is still open, but nothing is coming out. Maybe this valve is stuck. Cut this off. I felt some water on here. Usually when you get water on the stems, it tends to seize the stem so that water can't pass through. I have the pump turned off right now, so that's why we're not going to hear any water. But I'm just going to replace the body, which is going to include a new pop-top actuator. Hopefully this connects to his radiator. But this piping and wiring is all sorts of messed up. This is not done correctly whatsoever. This should be nothing in there, but just in case. New guy in. Just trying to think how this whole layout is, what's actually heating the basement and whatnot. It's really wonky, but I always tell you guys we just gotta take it one step at a time of figuring this type of stuff out. Replace this as well since it comes with one anyway. F, bad F, 4-6-26. Let people know what's up. Let's turn the pump back on. See if we start getting heat through this guy. The valve is open. So it was still stuck at 70 degrees. I don't think it's airlocked. There's definitely not a frozen pipe anywhere, so something had to have been shut. So I started looking around, started looking around. These are all supply. The returns aren't labeled as well. Looked in the boiler room, everything is wide open there. And I walked in this hallway, saw this valve here. I was like, what's that? This was all the way shut. I just opened it, heard water rushing through, and now we're at 128 degrees. So someone shut that. It was still good that we replaced the zone valve too, because that was leaking water anyhow. This is starting to leak too, so I'm just going to tighten this up, make sure it stops leaking. We are out of there, got the tenant heat. We're gonna recommend coming back on a different day where we're not so busy to figure out like what was all redone, because I noticed like a lot of like cut thermostat wiring that was likely to some abandoned thermostats, so they need to figure that deal out as well. But for now, we got to move on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, kind of more so focused on boiler calls. I know I don't post boiler calls as often, so I wanted to bring you guys along with me today. And again, let me know in the comments what's some of the oldest boilers that you've worked on and some of the crazier issues. As you can see, I'm still learning boilers, so if you guys have any tips, just let me know. And as usual, I'll see you guys on the next call.